당아조 딩엘의 치진 참대 아니 요의 취주 간에 가서니 선바딩 걸레 되어레스.
So we up to the third the preparations, third preparatory practices. So there are 6 preparatory practices.
아니 다 되니 선바데 가르를 세나나 네 대와라 린둘루 제통 아니 시알로 고데시네 네 게세 체와치 중문에 네 샨더스지 제돈ring에서 샤와 생기들레스.
So the third preparatory practice is sitting properly on a comfortable seat in eightfold body posture or in whatever manner is comfortable, and then cultivate taking refuge and the bodhicittas.
다 언딩엘랑아조 리적은들이 제테 네 송사와레스로와 아니 디가스나 아니 다 리진들이 제테시다 아니 디 조조데 네 깔롱지야데시데요레스.
So as part of this, so we already discussed about the 8 these features of sitting postures, and so in essence, so this practice, preparatory practice, so in here it is really mainly the main focus is on cultivating the right motivations.
제장 딩을 뭐네 그런 도체치야 되는 신도는 개치 모임 버스죠레스. 아니 리친들이 제생에테 다소소 아니 다 대원도나나 드니치데 대원문도나나 야소소 고대라고 치네. 이치메치다는 데거예요 말이스로와 이나 그런것도 이치메치 도체치네. 아니 되게치 모지래 되어레스.
So we find in here that if it's convenience, then one should adopt these sitting postures with the 8 features. But if it's not convenience, then there's options to choose the posture which is most convenient for oneself. So there's as to this sitting posture, so there's options for one to choose the one which is best suited for oneself. And but the really more than this the sitting postures. So, but in fact, what is the most important here is to cultivating the right motivation. So, which is really everyone must have the right motivations.
가르세나 아니 라르노나 아니 단다 선바티가 아니 사체 선바티 속이처럼 아니 린들이 제도 시로 고대시네시네 아니 시로테 다 제트나 터리 마타나 아니 고대대시소네 시난지 그래야시네 드니 숨도스.
So as to the sitting postures, we find in the LamRim itself, when it the list, in the list of these 8 features. So the third one, which the clearly says regarding the postures, like sit properly on a comfortable seat in eightfold body posture, and then it says or. So it says or in whatever manner is comfortable.
샬로 고데스네 드니 숭구요레테 이내야 아니 다 가서 기자 메와든지 손에 아니 유대나네 야고요 말해서와 가는세나 딩엘라다 나좀마치 네 그스티텔라서 션사로와 그스티텔라서 션사이자 논 근데 수수 근데 데네시와도 지바레서와 근데 가서 기자 메와든지 지금 말로 왔어 대인자 아니 그수티들 소파 샹차위자 아니 기자매 와서 되나 네 유나네 보여 말했어.
So having said here, given here the options to, if you can't adopt these the eightfold body postures, then you can choose the sitting posture which is most comfortable for yourself. Having said that, then also of course it doesn't mean that you can choose any postures, because whatever it is still really important that whatever posture that you choose, so it is respectable, it is courteous, and because before this, prior to this, we have as part of the setting the altar, and we have all the noble, the object of refuge, in front of us, and so therefore they are like if you could imagine, if they are like a very important, like a invited, guest, then we have to be, in front of, in the presence of the guest. So we want show anything which is the ill manner or discourteous.
다더니 다 개체슈지라니 그런 또째서야 돼. 그래서 돈보치기와 시디살은 그런 또째서야 돼. 이제 가르스나 배나 무신자고나 지초초네 아니 제만자고나 있어와이나 네 돈보티가니 슌주지 센치크네로 니파티가니 타와토나 녀베도 아니 선바티가니 제시말라 하도 미고부토나 녀바다 시와티가니 센델 데와토나 녀베 드니지 끌고 만다와 시에와이나 아니 그저 제마사에테 sabji 내나 니나 지바데데 이내야 아니 끌고디 만다베 운기가네 게자테 또치실로 하래로 그래서
So what's really where we have to pay attention here is to cultivate, is to produce the right motivations, right intentions, and so this is very very essential, very vital for one's practice. The motivations. So if I give an example of say, if there are 4 people who do the Thara practice together, and then each one of them have a different motivations. If you have a different motivation for, say, the first person has the motivations for doing the practice is to achieve, complete enlightenment, and the second person is to achieve the liberation from cyclic existence, and whereas the third is to find a good rebirth in future life, and whereas the fourth is to the motivation is to find a more the pleasure or something success in this current life. So then even though the all the 4 are engaged in the same practice, doing the saying the same prayers, but the result of the practice can really there's a huge difference, and this difference is whether the result is the great or small is really then is depending on the motivation of each of the persons.
야, 가서디 진행의 사바세 그럴까서 로를 사발 땡이나 야지 제나 아니 다 쇼주지 센다 아니 타와다 네 체샤말라 드니 소노 동아이나 센델 마 간데 유나서 소노 버지니 지지나 용시와레스르와 아니 대 시노 체거야 요 말에 가르세나 마조 조비 수지지 공부 토비체도 시는다 타와 토비체도 시는다 체샤마 아니 시와 년동 드니기 체도 시나 가시나 아니 다 텔라 계제지 조 아니 인데저 시도라 수비 먹여라 수고 능고네 그거요 그래서와 맞아 첸델 아니 시보메와 종게데 먹여라 수바래 되고 그래서 대디 내가 성고네서나 아니 체디 시보테 다 숄레 예전하고나 지래 되고 그래서
So when we hear that that whatever that we should be always aiming our practice to achieve the like a long-term goal of such as achieving the state of Buddhahood or to achieve liberations or something to beyond in the future life. When we hear about these, and then especially then some people some of us might then wonder if we do that, then how we will fulfill our needs of our interests of this life, and we will feel that as if we dedicate and our life towards to achieving something for the goal beyond this life, and then we feel that we will be not doing the things which we need to do to protect our interests in this life. So, but however in realities, so there is no need to concern about these lives, because if we sincerely concerned about finding a good rebirth or then how to achieve liberation and so forth, and then in order to achieve that long-term goal, then really the practices that which we have to do now is to really to such as refraining from 10 non-virtuous actions, or to anywhere the practice involved that for us to diminishing the negative states of mind, such as attachment or hatred and so forth. So therefore, when we look, taking into account of all the practices that what we have to do, practices we have to do in order to achieve those long-term goals, then when we look into this, and then we can understand that this practice will then automatically take care of what we are looking for this life, what we wishes even at this moment.
아니 연도 선보대니 쇼런저 등이라고 하시다. 아니 타와라 수피기 체더니 개와지 들어와이나 아니 연도 아니 제시마도 아니 뭐챈들 아니 대지대 쇼를 용된게 소다다. 야 제시메가 체드 지셔와이나 제시마도네 아니 챈데니까데 아니 챈데데니 쇼를 용된게 나지. 레데요레스 챈델 롱데 제데야나 아니 연바선데 요 말했어. 어떤이로 쳐거레스.
So in a way that when we aimed our goal of something very higher, then by aiming that, then all the goals, lower goal or our immediate goal will be automatically will be met. So like this is to say that if we do something to achieve the complete enlightenment, like the state of Buddhahood, and then this would then our action, that the same action will automatically then through that we will also achieve the liberation from cycling existence, or from all the other the short-term goals, like the finding good rebirth and our pleasure or happiness within this life. So all will be taken care by that. And likewise, however, if we do something to achieve the end to state of liberations, just from cycling existence, then that will also not just we achieve liberation, but will also means that we will also find a good rebirth and find the happiness, pleasure in this life. So in this way, however, as we aimed our goal just to limit our goal just to this achieving something in this current life, then our actions, what from that as a outcome of our action will be only confined or limited to this life only, and it doesn't have any cause any to achieve any of the other three higher goals also.
제장안에 구사조가 참서 순치살라 네 shunju semba singi te rode dala kepare esne tri sungdo ta tanol gone ne sungi esar sango desro
so the taking this into account, that the that His Holiness Dalai Lama some in the made the comments in the teaching that the Bodhisattvas are also very wise in even in achieving their own fulfilling their own like self-interest.
다 ngazo tani kalung to che kalung ti ya po sambi kone ne lichin dilo la supa che chadu chal ta kar che kase no shando che ko resro de kan che ko es no dan de un mal de dus.
Okay, so the what we find here is such as to choose the right sitting posture, and then to in that and then ensuring that we have cultivated the right motivation or right frame of mind, and then what we need to do then after that is to then what follows next, which is to like taking refuge.
다 샹도 가르스 제고 그래서나 동보네 다 롱긴다 저 대진 농카텔라니 다 슈질다 생기니레니레고 생기지 뭐 제치 대표 뭐지 저동르지 네 디그티나다 아니 메도 빼마 또 니메치 고치 네다 디그틸 때마셔졌다와 ngote je tsawi lama yimbala ne nomba temba shajatawa ni tniji sono tongo res.
So the to engage in this the practice of taking refuge. So what so first we need to cultivate. We need to cultivate the object of refuge, and so for this, so we first need to think of like imagine that in the space in front of us, so is the very vast like a throne, precious throne, supported by eight lions, and then upon the throne is then the cushion of the like a multicolor, lotus, and then upon that is then the sun and the sun and the moon disk.
The Demashi Chetawa Deone, Kundu Setsomatawa, only what you told to Demba, Nishaji Shoini, and non jingazo, that Demashi Chetawa Kangalo Kanji de Grova, Tenoji, and Tuzoshi Kores.
And then on this, the moon and sun disk then is seated the Shakyamuni Buddhas, which, as we can, the image of which, as we can see in the various the painting or the statues, whose color is in a golden colors, and with on his crown there's like an udnisha, or the crown protrusions. And Buddha's sitting in cross-legged, like a lotus postures, and the two, hands, with the left hand, holding the begging bowl, filled with nectars, and with the right hand in the gesture of earth, touchings.
Ane jetsanga tane kala, ane chi, ane ngami gandu jetso, ane tsepi jepi, tuza gechi ruji chikala chepi, ta gechi pimbi guna doji shitrin kaka yundu yunyampas, tane jiga tuza jiga kuyasares.
And the Buddha is wearing the saffron robe, and his body is the adorned with all the brilliant, like the major and the minor marks of the Buddha's, the features of the Buddha's body, and then the Buddha is his form body is in the form of light, and also the from the body, from the form of from the Buddha's body is also emanating or radiating a brilliant light, and which forms like the circle or the halos around his body, and so Buddha is in the seated in the cross-legged lotus postures.
Ane ta teni ta kola ni tu jepe, ta lamado tene shu yitong, ane suje shungse pawo nachi, ane yinkora chene to kodewa, rawa. Ane tendo ane tenriga ta lama shungse yitong la sopa yang, rung ki dendra pasu sopa la, rung yu. Ane so rung sunyiga, da sunyi chi la sopa te, tsenje ga, da chi po ta drapa te rung ndrāla yewa che, tanda yeji ka, te wo gechi nomba che yi dengi. Tanda yeji ka, ne sona tong kuwe saresa.
And then around the Buddhas are all the direct and all the lineage, lamas, lineage gurus, and then the deities, Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, and the heroes, Dakas and Dhamma protectors, and then such as these great assemblies of noble beings, and each of these the being, noble being or the enlightened beings, so are all also the seated on their own throne, and then their body is also in the form of like a light, in the form of light, and then near or in front of each of these the noble being in the assemblies, so is their the scriptures, that the teachings the teachings that they or teaching or the discourse that they give, which is in the form of like the text, text, if you like in Tibetan, like a pecha, which is like that pecha form text, but in the aspect of these texts are also in the aspects of light.
Tani sono to tsate tsala ne temba shchatawa tsipe ne tsushi tsuma ne runye la jepi tsuchi yundu yuso sono chi runye ju nochi runye chi chon ne tsushi nochi ne yete to tuje te mi ngone dewa chi mi ngone ne sono chi tong ko res.
So and also we need to imagine that all this the noble or the enlightened beings in the assemblies. So imagine that, so they are all like with the delightfulness, with the pleasing mood. They are all then looking at yourself. And then from your part, and you also then you're here also just express things like a deep sense of deep feeling, deep faith, and the thinking of all the qualities that each one of these enlightened being possesses.
That's no carton course, Ninge Moladachi, Iri Janso Jele Lopai, Oma Tuti Tatu Sosoi, Hiwi Jason doing Koale, David Chemonia doing Salo, Sidijinua. Ani the Karase Gorsena, Ninge Moladu Karsun Gorsena, Matso Senji Rega, Ama Rig Zane. Ani Janso Jele Lopi, Gomate, Dingal, Don't Saresta, Janso Chimbo Jele, Lopi, Gomate, Don't Sares, Senji Rega, Ni Ama Rig Zane. Ine Tanduyo, Ningason Koal and Ko, the Nichu Manoji Dedene, Tadu Del Lopajin took 2 grace. Oh, the Nisumuri, Tataniji, Sonotongo Resta. Simano, they don't imagine.
So, so having cultivated this, the object of refuge in the space in front of oneself, then now what one need to think about is as the Nagarjuna has said, that how how each one of sentient beings that how they, if we the number of time that they have taken rebirth, and it is so much that if or that if you that they have they have more than like the drinking all the milk of the like all the four oceans, more than that, and then the more so is if they still continue to remain in this in the cyclic existence, then they will be even drink more milk than that, and so in this way, so we have to think about these the situations of the including oneself and of the each one of all the other sentient beings, that the about the length of time that they have been stuck in the cyclic existence, and then will remain in the cyclic existence.
Tenojin popale dunga janson de leta nomba kata yamana shi chenda no shiwala jipa shena chimanja shemanja se ta garisen dunga koe dunga chi dunga de kanen do yorsena tin ring na ta jansi tin do ta che gna ta janson noji ga chacho pi kase yawa tu kawo jire de yores tandi ti tu kawo yewe tino de chero tini ga jipa tela koe ga dunga tela jipa ma shewa che ani pi chu tene ta 고 녀비 그 로조 요 마shewa de dewa ina ani ta chero ni chiku ma shinge jiri ma to kepa shi chine ma res atani sungo yo res.
And so along the same the quotations, there's also a quotation by the Aryadeva, who also says that how the if we the there's no measurement of the depth of the ocean of sufferings, and then yet the not realizing yet any being who not realizing or not feeling any fear or any about this about being in this the ocean of cyclic existence is so is the then is we can anyone who not realizing this is truly sure that you are like a ordinary, or you are just like a childish childish, and suddenly not you are not a like a wise one.
Tenza tangare sono masono karat kukursena tena ani dot masinje toji tuma me pane tati pata na shinko to chewa ta nyesu sa dunga hansu bashi nyo sansa wares tati yo ne ta kase nyo ku yewa te tatu ha ku thamo des tenza tareta nyekawe tanjo chani tenche malin tojondi jakawe suji temaram bojina jajondi tenza ta nigun jawe neka andala ani ta seche toje ga ta zupi suji kumbu 단단히 ne toba mashina ni yungu mundu so soji sono ko resra.
So we just have to think about the how we have been stuck in this caught in this the ocean of cyclic existence for for immeasurable time, and then at the same time how if we do not do anything, then we will even still will remain in this cyclic existence, and the length of time that we will stay there is something which is unthinkable, and so therefore it is one have to realize that the right now, so realizing that at this moment, so realizing that one has the opportunities to free oneself from this the cyclic existence, and because right now one has found the precious human rebirth, which is very extremely difficult to find, and also one have an opportunity to receive or to receive or to hear the perfect teachings, and so therefore it's very to think about now if one has the wonderful and the very rare opportunities, and how if we do not seize these opportunities right at this moment, then to finding the same opportunity again is extremely difficult.
제장한테니 다 둥한테니 제 장소한테니 나와예 자 둥하다 세제도지 둥할 때래 아니 쇼핑이바 설이에서나 너나 집에 당기 고야 거더니 남게 줬음 볼라 요레스 대자 당에 마스킨 제동제 그때다 조배 수지 공부 또봐 시작거든 디시던 다 깨줬을라 네 샤스는 로그 정배가 네 니지 손은 했던 거레스
So not only oneself, but we should also you should also think about this fate of all other sentient beings in this cyclic existence, and so in this way now to then to think about now how to to cultivate this thought or the wish of freeing oneself and all the other sentient beings from the ocean of cyclic existence, and then now as to seeking help, seeking the help of the refuge objects, then we think of who as we think of the various objects, object of refuge, which can which can free oneself and all other sentient being from cyclic existence. As when we think of these, then to recognize, then we should recognize that only the attainment of Buddhahood, the state of the Buddhahood, is the perfect object of refuge, to be able to free all being from this cyclic existence. So therefore, in this way, so one should try to cultivate the aspirations to achieve the state of Buddhahood, to benefit all sentient beings.
Ten zatini, teni sonoji kaneni lama la shasa chago sene. Ta shanro, tombo lama la shasa chago sene mitsite kanende. Deni ta shuna ni le jado jeserpa. Deata ta tetama shuna nyashitachi. Te mantayo tema son sejindene. Te yu kale. De ni degi ni rongi takola senche tonche yebi sonoto. Deji senche teto kichon ne gondshipi kalon la supala tene ne kalon la khane ni shanro tene lama la shasan choko sene degi ye sombi go ne tani go ne tisoje go sares.
So So we should also imagine that that all the other sentient beings, all other sentient beings are also around oneself, and just like yourself, so they too, cultivate these the bodhicittas, motivations, and that is to wishing to achieve the complete enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. And so with these motivations, out of this motivation, then oneself and all other sentient beings then think of then taking refuge in three jewels. So therefore the way you do that, to take the refuge in three jewels, so you can first start with taking refuge in the gurus. So where you can as part of taking refuge, so you can say the prayers, of like say, I take refuge in the guru, and you can repeat just slowly. Repeat the same prayers 7 times, or at least 3 times, and then as we say this, then imagining then yourself and all the other sentient beings around yourself to take refuge in the guru.
다 디가서 미바 가르쳐 거서는 다 단기니 분다저 랑카 바노 관데 그 템바트비 온보다 아니 라마트비 온보다 디 타콜레 빙이제 라마노레 소소가 라마라샤스 쳐고 세티살라네 오늘 뭔가 사디살라네 대sol레니 드츠낭가 예제도 집에 저 바네 나 론도 론 타코네 비세제 도제 리도 생도 슈소 운영바나 슈네 전에 토마메 비그 디르도지 도송운영 것이 제거 그래서
So while saying these refuge prayers of saying that I take refuge in the guru, then we should think of just imagine that as you say these prayers, then from the assemblies of the refuge object in front of you, which is like the Guru, Shakyamuni Buddhas, and all the other the enlightened beings. Then imagine that from there, then emanates the stream of like nectars and the light, and which enter into yourself and into the every single other sentient beings, and through through receiving the nectar blessings, and then imagining that you purifying of all the negativities and obscurations and so forth.
아니 제와다요는 다 시완델라 아니 다빠 수술라메가 아니 걸디바도 아니 수이쪽바스 칼라마니바도 아니 라메 군바주바도 아니 마테발도 다 녀레체바 다 녀치체발라 소파 제예나 제메나요 시완하마노스 때다 제만 더체거래 제장아 어느 데서가 뒤들라 소파 아니 드니가 다 소소소 그렇지 라메드 스텔라 테네 아니 소소리루 파 리토네 니 가르세가 소아노 보세그로다 소아노 오네마 디드토지마니 마 소아노 비곤 도티체네 대한소 운영 바시 아니 제 소노 두소제 그래서레스.
So as you find in this the LamRim instructions, so you can imagine how the stream of the nectars and the lights which they enter into the mind and the body of yourself and all the other sentient being, and this completely purifies the negativities and the mental and the obscurations, and specifically this purify the negativities which is created because of harming the guru's bodies, or because of disobeying the guru's speech, or the disturbing the guru's mind, or even the criticizing the gurus and so forth, and these negativities then that you have these accumulated negativities and obscurations. So you can imagine that these are all as the nectar light fills your bodies, and so these negativities and obscurations then comes out from the every pore of or the opening of your body, in the form of like a dark smokes and the it says here like a charcoal, like a liquid, and so which all comes out, and then the living as this all the negativities and the obscurations leaves your bodies, then this the transform your body into very pure and makes the body luminous.
Penang ani rizabo tandila ani metonga shi ani ta thawala subayarwa tandiyawa ina ani ta rangkone mila chillu tsala ani thawala subalangso mandoja khrowa teda ne yachi momba muno na supana loji pasana lanso muno de pete yene kasu chametan khrowa a tenuji susi didala supa taso nyomba chi chekko yasares.
So to help with how these the nectar light which they enter into our mind and body, how it purifies, how it remove all these negativities and obscurations. So it says here, you can use an example. You can as that how you can also imagine same as like how. If you from the high ground, so if you say on the ground floor, so if there is a pile of like a hot, fire ashes, fire ashes, and then from the higher ground, if you pour some water, and then how all this the dust of the hot the ashes will just all disperse and immediately disperse, and you can think like that. Or alternatively, it says like how if you turned like a very bright light in a like a thick dark room, then how instantly this light will disperse the darkness. So in the same way, you can imagine the effect of this the nectar light, entering your mind and the body, and also the mind and body of all other sentient beings.
Tangite penny sujodo, penny nonella, peshamata, ni mumbanula, ni mame pagitrel, ni mumbate casuchamero, no jiga, ni dig pechene, ni ta susik ditelazo potoso, no pachena, ni peshamate yoa yorisene, ni lord ni sundus.
So So of these two analogies, then it is said in this LamRim, this analogy of the turning the bright light in the like a dark room. So it is said that it is more powerful in the sense that how when the lights it's turned on, then not only the darkness is dispelled, it's gone, but even you don't know where it's gone, just how it's gone, it's just gone. It says that it's more the visualizations of the nectar light purification in this way is more kind of more powerful.
Sendi seno la suto lutu yete la supo toche kune kudam pene ni chewa ta yone la me kusutu ji shela toche ta rundu yen seje toche la shusu nyombe la me shaul tsasu nyombe ani tani tu so shi kresares.
And so having dispelled or purified all the negativities and obscurations, and then what leaves in your mind and body is all the good qualities, good qualities such as the longevities and the increase longevity, increase the merit and knowledge and the realizations and especially the blessings in the inspiring blessings of the Guru's body, speech and mind. And so you should imagine that these qualities fills the mind and body of yourself and of all other sentient beings.
Ane tene nga su suje la sha san che se gro ta la ma la sha san che so son ne ta ti je ni pa suje la sha san che ko se pa te yo ne nga ta la ma la sha san che ko se pa no ji go ne le mo bo ji sa ane ti so di sa la ne ta mi pa la ka re che se ne ja wo do jin chu ane ja wo do jin chu ta ko la ne su de ji sa la su pa ta ane tin ko ka zo suje ton la su pa suje san che so nga la su pa ta le ke le de ji je pa ne ane taati niya noji resarwa, uje seche toche la shuyu tuma mi mani sopi dira to, chewa ta teji shepi ta dira to, chewa teji shepi kala ni chua shunwa to, ane tui jin che te shi pa la supa, dona suje che sha sumi, shan riga la ja tonga yu dira to che to su u nyamba yi che koko resa.
And then so next is now taking refuge in Buddha. In all the Buddhas. So again, you can you can say you can repeat these prayers of prayer that says which I take refuge in the Buddhas, and you can accumulate that prayer as many as you like, but at least 7 or 3 times, and then while you the reflections to go with that prayers is that then you can imagine that the rays, the stream of lights and the nectars, 5 color lights through the nectars. Now emits from the all the Buddhas, specifically the Buddha like Vajradharas, and all the surroundings, the deities around the Vajradhara of the Lakta Chakra, the Guya Samaja, Lakta Chakra Samvaras, Vashabhairavas, Hevajras, and also including the 1,000 Buddhas of these fortunate years, and then 35 Buddhas of confessions. So the multicolors, the lights and nectars. So again, from all these Buddhas, then enters into the mind and the body of all the other sentient beings, and which the purifying the negativities and all the mental obscurations. And here, then one should specifically focus on the negativities which we have created because of holding even a thought of of shedding blood on the Buddha's bodies, or the negativities we create by destroying like a stupa, which represents the holy mind, and so this and particularly we can also think of the negativities which we created because of going against the precepts, refuge precepts. So you can imagine all these purifications of all these types of negativities. So, and then just as in the and then the having received these nectar blessings from all the Buddhas, then transform your your body and the body of all these other sentient beings into the body of light, and with the luminous light, and then this nectar light which fills your mind and body, so it cause increase your lifespans, your merit, and just as before, the knowledge and the realizations, but specifically the receiving the blessings of the refuge object, Buddhas, receiving that blessing into your mind and body, and so in this way you could imagine that you have received the protections. You have received the protections of the refuge object Buddhas.
Ne tene sambate re sarwa chila shasan chasne ne ngama noji ne le komumoji sota di ka sami pate karesena sosi gata ga ganja za ga shai noji sala ne soso ga sunjo za ga peshate ta di sedena ji peshana ji sul shaja wa tini ga peshate zola ne yeje nanga shune ne tele tsi ga jamba ane ruji se to ji di ta so nyamba che ko res.
Okay, now next is taking refuge in Dharma. So again, we here you repeat the prayers that I take refuge in Dharma, and as many you can repeat this as many as you like, or at least 7 or 3 times, and then while saying these prayers, so what you should what to think about, what to imagine is to imagine that the the nectars, the stream of the nectar and the 5-colored nectar and the lights, the emanating from the all the scriptures, scriptures which, as we discussed before, which are all the scriptures which represents the discourses of all the each one of all the Buddhas. So these, which are in the form of scriptures, the seated, represented seated in front of each one of these refuge objects. So from those the rays, the multicolored rays of light, stream of lights and nectars now emanating from those scriptures, and then these like before, and this nectar, stream of nectar light enter into yourself and all the other sentient beings, mind and body, and purifying the negativities and obscurations accumulated since beginningless time, and particularly it says here is relating negativities relating to the abandoning the Dharma.
Chawada tombe chipumba ser, ta tombe chipumba ser sala ne mujo temel mipi ungi gan techela katang de adani ta. Ani pashi tewala mipi jinse de shene ani sungwala katang dengi so. Sungwala mipi jinse shene pashi tewala katang dengi. Tani yorwa tani soja zaga dipala sopada. Ani ya ji ngwa nula la jideko ula sopala katang dengi so nata. Ani tsendela yo chi shenge tsola ne ki chi sheye de yapo mare to chi ni resine. Ani de susu katang de ande tani ge nyepa mamboji saya kangana ani taso nyamba chi cheko res.
So this stream of light and nectar, of course, it purifies all the negativities and obscurations, and the specific focus should be on purifying the negativities of like of abandoning Dharma. So which is the include abandoning Dharma means like being disparaging to the disparaging dharmas, like if the those who are the following followers of the lesser vehicles, they are disparaging or criticizing the higher vehicles, and or in other the vice versa. So likewise within the higher vehicles, we have the sutras, vehicle of sutras and the mantras, and then they be the criticizing one to each others, and also this is also include to to just criticizing, making criticism or being very cynical of the any other person who preach dharmas, then you being criticizing them. So and through this, so we so these are all the act of abandoning, consider as act of abandoning Dharma, and we which the negativity we create, and so we think of the purifying these such negativities.
Ani sura song de shepa sirta ta sujeji sura la sopala ani pi jenoje konakta jitsin de shela sopa jone ani ta keson connect chetarwa ani tani chu dewa ta ani ta sadewol joba ta zola ya sura zola ni gija ma jewa che ni role ma sak tol ma jone ani damda cheta ta gija ma jewa la sopa ani le supi ga ta nyepa mo bola sopa ta su nyamba che ko res.
And also here the specific focus should be also on purifying the negativities which we create, through through like the considering the Dharma as a material objects to material object, or like a marketing, the items, and to make a living out of that, and then likewise, we using the Dharma as a means to make our livelihood, and like through the selling the Dharma's items, and then the any we can should also focus on any negativities which create by showing our disrespect to the Dharma, text, such as, for example, placing the Dharma text on a ground, and so forth. So these the should have a special focus on this when we think of the nectar lights from the think of the purifications of the negativities through the nectar light which we receive from the scriptures, holy scriptures.
제장안에 지라 댐비거는 예빠데 바갈에서 예빠 시침 첨보리 정도 서로자 놀래니 단 체텔 몽보시와래니 다든다 지라 댐비 디포트 저 차치가 요래지네 네 드니 중도스.
And we find here also that how the negativities of abandoning Dharma, so is a very the very heavy, very great negativities, and where in here there's the quote of one sutras where it says that such negativities. Negativities which we create in association with the Dharma is such great, or is such a very subtle that the is such negativity is says in one the sutra. I think the sutra where it says that is greater. The greater than the negativities which we accrued through by destroying all the stupas.
제장하다 드니가다 수지견줄라 샤 수위 니 배나 때네시 그러다 드슬라 때네 아니 드니가 녀바 다수 차수 도수념비가 니 로제세체 도제거든 녀바 다수 도수념비가 더네니 치견줄거든 샤고 서소년 바지 제거 그래서 so as before, then we after the purifying all this negativity and obscurations, then again we should try to imagine that this transforms our body into a light, a clear light. And then increases, our lifespans, our merit, and the knowledge and the realizations, and then and then we also think of we should also imagine that then through this and how we receive the protection of the refuge object Dharma. 다 딘제텔라네 라마다 산제다 치소 아니 샤스로스다 아니 고자게티 아니 인도디 심바레스로와 아니 데이자다 디세존노데 데이자다 단데그 시에와 노히치니 시에네다 맞지 감지 가마카시 자와이나 라.
So So we have covered the taking a refuge in Guru, Buddha, and the Dharma, and but due to the time, that I think we will have to stop here, stop the teaching here, and we will do a short meditations together. No. So we will do the meditations of what we have discussed in these teaching sessions.
Oh yeah, Bodhicitta.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Early on, you mentioned about the Buddha appearing to be in the aspect of light.
Yeah.
So some Majola is asking here about what does that mean?
Sanjay, the good social certain go right. Have you? We are number say Jora. The Kalsi will not.
Sushino, get number din.
No. Kukum Gora.
Yeah. Anita Sujet Nick isn't in it.
No.
Colleague, Crons colleague isn't in it. And it will you know by Dash.
No.
She'll tell him about
This the Sanjay Kuram good as well. Good Sugu number Gungina, the Sugu Jora, Lur the Jora. The now young G. Wögi, Rangshin Surda.
Takazuka gets an about the contact of a gill shooting you.
No.
Here, gill shooting you to do. Chipo de la Sopa, here no Bagonka Reserva.
No.
The Nisun this.
No. So the Kukranta Sura Washaura.
Zurapa Jorwa, Zurapa Tele Yambo
No.
Jimal Judus or Novasita.
Yeah.
And the Chipo de la Sopa gag no bachin.
No.
And the Nisun this.
So the so perhaps rather than the form itself is in the form of light. So because the body, the Buddha's body, manifests a brilliant light, and so when you look at that, it's like it's in the Buddha. The body is in the center, in the middle of the form of lights, which emitting from the Buddha's body. And so the scriptures are actually in the aspects of the light. So maybe there may be some correction, but the body of the Buddha, itself is just like in a form body, but however we imagine it's in the center of the light.
No,
Yeah.
radiant.
Radiant, radiant.
Radiant.
Yeah. Form like a halo.
Halo.
Yeah, halos, because of the brilliant light, so it's in the middle of that.
Ngo lama imbala nomba shaje to ni nomba ji gong go wa.
So though the in nature that represents your guru, but in the aspect of the Buddha Shakyamuni Buddha, Shakyamuni in the aspect, but in reality or in nature is your own guru.
The question from me then, I just thought you went through the blessings from the guru, then blessings from the Buddha. But the guru and the Buddha are viewed as one. Is that correct?
Tadi konzo namju te lama la pata ti konzo jamru chiwarwa lama da sanges ada di ke chiwat tangut temba shagyo to ba sanges gura lama so de ke chiwara da konzo la ko namba te temba shagyo to ba che ngo te lama imba che ta lama te su ta lama zo sikrwa lor jipi lama zo na chiwarwa tani ngo na ba ji ngō te tani ko tani sungda lārno la ta ngō lama imbala ta nomba te temba shi tawa imbala ta ngō chi yeme ko ite jamdu chi sama ko ta mi watin sama temba de sangel se ko na da che lama ta sang ni ga ze ulo lama che chen lama chen ye to chen kan chi chi de re sanje do pi lama to cha so chen de the central figure, which is in the aspects of the Guru, Shakyamuni Buddha, but however in reality, in entity or the nature is your own Guru.
It's just that in the sequence of the meditation, you did two separate. One with the Guru and then one with the Buddha. But there's one figure, which is...
But the Guru can also include the Buddha, The Guru is a Buddha as well, also deities and all that,
All
all one.
One object.
Rambo che ma che pano che wa nyomba me pa yi kune kunda pe wa